everyone, welcome to Nomad Sculpts. I have been having a few questions about how to use hair cards, and I'm not at all a professional on using hair cards. I'm learning as I'm going, and this is just based off what I've learned so far. I recently posted a video on how to properly import a hair card, or how I would import a hair card and be able to manipulate and stretch it without the texture repeating. For this video, I'm going to be showing you a quicker way to apply the hair cards that you create. I made a video I think about a month back or maybe a little over, on using or putting hair cards to the head to create like a hairstyle, for example, like curly hair. The way I did it is I would use the gizmo tool and I would clone and then move the curl over or the straight hair part over. And that is I guess it could be a time consuming process. I did see a comment about it being time consuming. So I'm making another video on how to use the curve repeater to make the process go a lot quicker. Right now, you see me creating my curl. You do not have to go through all these steps. I just want my curl to look in a certain way. You can do any way for your curl. You can leave it as is when it is just a round tube, or you can adjust the profile if you'd like. So now I'm going to be importing my texture as an opacity. After I've made certain adjustments to my curl, I'm going to go ahead and put this to the head that I have pre-made. Now that I've made all the adjustments I wanted to my curl, I'm going to go ahead and put this to the back of the head. I'm going to start in the center and then I'm going to move it over to prepare to turn this into a curve repeater. Now you don't have to start at the like back of the hair, like it doesn't have to be, because this part in the end is going to be covered with a bunch of more curls on the top of the head. So you don't necessarily have to start at the bottom of the hair, but I just do this just to show you how to apply the hair card. To use the curve repeater, you're going to go into the scene and you're going to select add and go down to curve under repeaters. And before you actually do this, you want to go into the gizmo tool and edit the pivot, and you want the green arrow to be pointing in the direction that you want the curl to be repeated. that's the most important part, because you did see before how I went and selected the curve repeater and the curl appeared above the head. So it's important to change the pivot direction of the gizmo tool. Now that we've done that, we're going to go ahead and attach these curls to the head. Have the snap tool enabled at the bottom in your little selection area for the curve. And once you've got it in place and adjusted the curls how you like, we're going to adjust the count and make it higher to add more curls to that row. And when you go to validate this curl, or this, not this curl, but this curve, you want to select uninstance. And what that will allow you to do is, after you've validated these uninstanced uh, curls, you can go in with the gizmo tool or the move tool, or a combination of both, and adjust each curl so that they don't look exactly the same. I also forgot to mention this in the bottom. When you do create your hair card as a tube, make sure you don't validate your tube after you've created your hair card. And also make sure to always clone and turn off the original so that you can go back to that tube that you created in the beginning and just move it around without having to create a whole nother one. So now that that is done, I am going to take this new tube after I've cloned it, and I'm going to adjust it slightly so that I can do the next row of curls. And again, we're going to repeat the same thing we did before. We're going to go into scenes, press add, select curve under repeater, and we're going to press or put the points against the head, and then we're going to adjust the count to add more curls. And after that, the next thing you're going to do is validate it, but validate the curve as an instance so that once it's validated, you can go in with the gizmo tool and the move tool and adjust the curls. These are steps that you're going to repeat until you get to the top of the head, and you can do the same thing for the top of the head. After I finish doing these curls, I'm going to show you a technique where you can use the tube tool. This is just like an extra tip. You can use the tube tool to create sort of like baby hair strands, or I think I would call it baby hair strands, and connect sort of like the hairline to the curl, because when you go in, you're going to see when I apply the curl to the head, you're going to see that the curl at the top, it doesn't really blend in with the direction of the hair. And that's what you want when you want to do your curls or your straight hair, either one. But yes, once I'm done with this row, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to create the baby hairs, or attach the or blend in the direction of the hair to the curl that we're applying. I am going to do another row real quick just so that you guys can see it one more time. And then after this, I'm going to show you how to blend the curl to the hair direction that you see on the cap or the head. This I'm going to call it a cap from now on so you guys can understand what I'm saying. But the black part that's painted, that's the cap, and we want the curl to be blended into that. I am doing this in real time so that you guys are able to see exactly what steps I am taking and to make sure that you guys do catch everything that I'm doing so you won't be confused on what exactly I am doing or what I have done in the video for making the curls or applying them to the head. Now, this is where we're going to be blending the curl into the hairline. So, as you can see that the baby hairs are swooped back, but the actual curl that is here, it's not blending in with what the direction of the hair is going. So, to fix this, we are going to go to tube tool and we're going to insert a new path. And for the profile, we want to make it completely thin, as you can see here. And then once you do that, we're going to add our texture as an opacity, always as an opacity. And we're going to make a few adjustments so that the texture fits within this, within the width of the tube that we have here. Just play around with it. There's no specific way to do this. You just want the texture to be able to fit in that tube, and you don't want to have any like gaps, like for example here you don't want that. So play with your texture to make sure that you get the texture within the tube tool, and there's no it's seamless, and it is seamless. Once you've completed that, we're going to move the tube to or the hair card we just created, and we're going to match it to the curl and then also to the direction of the hair. So as you can see, I'm doing right here, I'm using the gizmo tool to transport the hair card that I just created to the side of the head, and then I'm going to disable the gizmo tool and use the tube points to move the tube or the hair card around so that it's going or matching or not matching but blending the direction of the hair and the curl. There's no specific way to do this. All you really want to do is make sure that when you do start to try and blend the direction of the hair, start with the front being the lowest or or smallest radius, and then have the other end of this tube to be a little bit wider, just so that it blends into this very thick curl that you see here. And all you really are going to be doing is playing around with it, making sure that the hair is going or the hair is being blended together. So as you can see right here, you see me adjusting each point to try and get it to blend with the baby hair direction. I am not at all a professional with hair cards. I am learning this as I go, and this is just what helps me with creating nice sculpts or blended or seamless sculpts when I do hair. There are other ways to do this, and I'm going to be learning those ways, and I'll be able to make videos on that. But for right now, I create these 3D sculpts as I'm not looking to print anything. So this may not be the best technique for 3D printing, but this is the best technique for, in my opinion, for creating like seamless blends of hair and just doing sculpting as a hobby like I do, or as a craft like I do. And these tips are very helpful. I'm going to be learning more tips on how to do hair, especially with learning for 3D printing. I'm going to be doing or trying to learn that more because I would like to print my sculpts, but I don't I think I mean I it may be possible, but I don't believe that the way the hair cards are created now, the texture, like for example, you see how the texture is here in the curls, it may not be so easily captured when 3D printing, but we never know until I actually start doing that. But for right now, we're just creating, or I'm showing you tips on how to create beautiful sculpts just on the iPad. Once I've gotten the first section blended, we're going to duplicate this and then do another section just to show you how you can blend the hair a little bit more towards the end or next to the ear. And again, this is a very helpful tool. Let me know if this is, or not tool but tip, let me know if this is helpful and if it have helped you, or if there's another way that you think I can do this a little bit more better in the comments down below. So just a quick overview, this video was about doing a quicker way of applying hair cards and then giving you a tip on how to blend your hairline to the actual hair cards that you are applying. At this here, you can use the smooth tool just to smooth that out a little bit. But yes, this is a video more about creating, or like I guess working efficiently and then also working faster, because I know I, even with me applying the hair cards like one at a time, cloning is a bit time consuming. So this is definitely a way that will make things go a lot quicker. The hair will be a lot more blended when using this tip, and this is what it would look like in the end, or what it could look like. I know it's a lot of volume, but let me know in the comments below what you think, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching.